Aloha! And I hope you guys are having a wonderful 2022. And so, January is a time where we get to clean up, meaning that, before we start off on our journey in February, we need to take this time to breathe and focus and really try to figure out, because the last 2 years has been such something unexpected that happened. And so how to prepare yourself, and really the behavior health of ourselves is really going to change for the new world, meaning that 2020, 2021, we saw what was coming, and 2022 is, we already seen what happened. And so we have to now prepare ourselves and how we're going to go about in the next 2 years until 2024. And so this year I decided, because everything is so unpredictable because of this pandemic. And especially for me, it was living two life, one in Los Angeles and one out here in Hawaii. And so out here in Hawaii gave me this opportunity to literally start cleaning my surroundings. And I came up with so much beautiful things, and it's just undiscovering and unveiling yourself. It was more to. And so we have to do that. And the 20-year cycle, it goes, in everyone different. For me, it starts from like the 9, because the number of the 9 means so much meaning, the number of 2 and what it means, and how you can implement all of these things that I was taught to do by great masters of its kind, and most of them has passed away. And throughout my journey, I went from up and down, and every time I'm ready to throw in the towel and give up, something tells me, pick up the towel, wipe your sweat, wipe your tears, and go forward. And believe in the process. And more I did that, I met such beautiful, beautiful people that it really, I wouldn't be here where I am today. And most of all is all of my Cocojor clients. You guys really taught me from the ground up, and you guys believe me in ways that it's so incredible. I mean, I look at my old archive letters that I see, and I'm like, oh my God, and it really makes me feel good, naturally. And so these are the tools that I learned, and because I learn, you receive your homework, and somehow, we don't see it. We think that the school of life is going to the physical education, which is great. But there's also hard knocks of life that's out there. And that's the one that gives me these magical tools of secret and how to survive. I mean, some of these ladies that I met who are like goddesses in a very elegant way. And, she was like my Japan mom, and she lived out in Marina del Rey, as well as Las Vegas Country Club. So in my 20s, she used to teach me a whole bunch of business. Like, she was telling me that, she didn't care about her from Japan and playing poker by herself in Caesar Palace. And so all these beautiful stories that she showed me and how to not give up, never give up. And it was funny because how I met her, nobody wanted to take care of her. She would come into the headquarters office out at Sheraton, and because we will always have to be taking care of these VIP guests. And so this lady, nobody wanted to take care of her. And so her and I just one day click. I remember that day, it was at the Royal Hawaiian Hotel, looking out into the ocean, and I said something to her that really captured her heart. And I could visualize that moment when I was looking out into the ocean. And so these things that was taught to me and get myself stronger in this belief system, in this we all have it within ourselves. It doesn't matter what kind of job or what kind of profession or what kind of lifestyle we want. You can use all of these tools and information to get you prepared, to get you ready for the next, who knows, and how you create your journey. And so with that, I just started to on my things on what's going to be coming up on our Cocojor channel. We're going to have one day workshop where we're going to I'm going to make another video on that, but we're really going to go and break it down, the summary of 2020 to 2024. And a lot of us don't know what is this quantum leap for the next 2 years and how to prepare by using simple tools that's literally around us. And so how we're going to do this is how we're going to detox ourselves, because we carried on a whole bunch of, I hate to say it, but shit from 2020 to 2021. And, we learn how to clean thyself from the outer side. But can you imagine what's happening in our inner self? And so those kind of things that we're going to talk about, and how to detox. And detox meaning many different ways. Physically, mentally, spiritually, and most of all, how we're going to bring in positive energy by using numbers. You always hear me talk about numbers, this and that, and da-da-da-da-da. Sometimes we always say it could be angel numbers or a guardian angel. It is. It's an energy that's reminding us, because sometimes there is a synchronicity of things that happens. Like we wake up and we see 111. Or we look and driving and we see a license plate. And so these kind of things that are really messages from the universe is those that can accept it and read it and think about it instead of saying, oh, okay, but really don't know the meaning behind what all of it is and how you can use these numbers to really manifest things into your life, remind you of things into your life, and most of all, keep you focused on your surroundings around your life. And so that is one way. The next way is also I'm going to teach you about earth energy. What is earth energy? It's what we see every single day. When we wake up, we see the sun energy. And throughout the day, it gives us that free vitamin for ourselves. And so we also have in the evening, the moon energy. And I've always talked about the new moon and the full moon and how we can use 3 days of potential, strong energy that's beaming into us, which is called light energy. And so there's all different kind of energy that's around us that is literally for free. like air energy. How can we use air to do a wind detox? And so there are so many things when I talk about earth energy, and there's so much more that's out there that, sometimes you listen, if you're on my Facebook, my personal Facebook, I come up with some of these things like my cotton that I was picking, and what is cotton energy, and how it does and affects your skin, which is your largest organ of your body that acts like a third kidney. And so I can go on and give you a lot of tips. And so that webinar is going to be for one day, and I'm putting together my contents, right now as we speak. So don't forget that you can sign up, reserve a space, and because I have clients all over the world, and I'm so blessed that you can just really turn it on, just get your spot for that webinar. Make sure you're in a comfortable, quiet space so you can write down. And it's like literally like this, like a one-on-one where you can really focus, because this is the next 2 years. And the last 2 years, nobody gave us a plan because nobody didn't want to tell us what was going on. But some of us knew what was going on, and we're lucky enough to get where we are because our frequency is just rising. And so we have to just really keep up with the time because things are changing. And so this webinar clinic is going to be available anytime at your comfort, at your own space. And that's why, we decided, we're thinking what day we should do and this and that. But this is really, you're going to get access into our members room where you can click on with a personalized entry, and you can go and take a look for that entry for that one day seminar. And let's say if you can't watch it in that one day and want to kind of spread it out because it is a long webinar, you're more than welcome to do that. And so it's really where you come into our Cocojor corner. And it's like more like a Cocojor college, a university of libraries of many different things that we're going to be starting to do. And so this is really the start of our one-day course. And so that course is, I'm so excited to bring it on to you. And it's going to start very, very soon. And once I pull that trigger, don't forget to reserve your spot. And I can't wait for you to see all that beautiful bonuses that we're also going to give to you, are part of our Aloha. So stay tuned to find out more about our next course that we're going to be doing. On our next segment, we're going to be talking about our online mini course. Online mini course. Well, what is that, right? And so if you already experienced our one-day course and say, oh my God, I am so prepared for 2022 to 2024. I got the tools, I got the information to set my journey. And this online mini course, which is a 3-course series, which I call it the Coalition of Essential Skills. And you're going to be learning these wonderful secret skills to facilitate, to coordinate, and manage of resources that really compromise into something whenever you have a crisis or you have some kind of thing that, a deadlock in your life, and how to really respond the system within yourself, whether it's going to be a good news, whether it's going to be a bad news, and how you're going to control the system within yourself. And in that course, we're going to do the 3 C's, which is clarity, awareness. The next one is consciousness, realization. And the 3rd C is confident, commitment, and a contract that you're going to do for yourself. And this is just really the beginning of acknowledging, because we're going to make sure that you are so confident and that you're so committed to sign a contract within yourself. I'm not going to tell you what to write. I'm going to give you tools in how to write this contract. And so that contract is really between yourself. And I'm always there to help you, guide you, And so the next 3 E that I'm going to be working with you and sharing you the tools are how to enter into your intention. This is so critical because we have to start to build and understand about having intention and how to build upon and entering into this intention. Okay? The next is executing a plan on these intentions. Nobody's going to do all the work. It's like I said, these are tools which will help guide you to a very much more understanding, because you're going to be like, one person you're going to report back to is yourself. And that is what's happening and going to happen in 2022 and 2024 that I'm going to be explaining all about in our 1-day course. And so the next is the end game. The end game. What is all that about? It's learning how to let go, right? And so this 3E exercise is really when we use this exercise and what energy that gives us the full power of effect. And that's going back on our 1-day course seminar where we talk about that in our webinar on how to use earth energy, how to use numbers. And so it's kind of like a connection from this to understand the whole entire series on what I'm going to be teaching. And it's really, really worth it, because once you get on it, you're going to be like, wow. It's literally custom made just for you. Why? Because you're the one who's using these tools the right way, right? You wonder sometimes how the hell these contractors, these people who knows how to use every tool in the toolbox, some of them don't know. I don't know for sure what is the wrench and the screwdriver and the whatever it is. But I'm learning. Thank God, during the pandemic, I learned how to use some of it in the toolbox. Even though, I didn't think I needed to use it. I'm just going to call this Philip. Why do they call it Phillips screwdriver, right? It's the same thing. So that's what we're going to be doing for the 1-day course, the first course, the second course, and the third course is a 3S. And this course study, it's all about self-awareness. It's all about self-realization. And it's all about self-care. Because once you do this one, once you do the next one, once you do the last one, you understand really what is self-care is all about. Self-care right now there's like a little bit of overboard on, how it's very a luxurious product is overboard. Because it's all works that we need to do for ourselves. It's part of detoxing. What else? Because I always say this, we are creatures of bad habits, right? And we can't help it because this is sometimes what we learn from the outer world, what society teaches us, and we think it's okay. It may be or may not be, but it's you to decide if you want to do these changes. I mean, hell, the last 2 years we had to struggle with life and death. Are we gonna make it? Not make it? Are we gonna stay at home? Not stay at home? Now we're gonna really in 2022, it's really about strength. It's really about freedom, and it's really about how you're gonna take care of yourself into the new earth, as they say. And so that's why it goes really quick, and some people think and say that it could be the quantum leap, because you're going to have a lot of power struggles for the new versus the old, as I say. And so a lot of these things that we're going to be talking in our webinar, our one-day webinar, as well as our mini course webinar. And so all of that is it's too much to explain, because we got so much great bonuses that comes with each package, because it's done for a great price. Believe me, we were struggling on, because of my time and all of this, because I have my own one-on-one. Last year I didn't know I was going to do it, and I got, I was so blessed that I was able to help a lot of people, and some of these people, they're struggling, everyone's struggle is different. Everyone's problem is different, and how we can do it and how we can recognize it is really my job, to help you be organized and really get to the problem, resolve it, and go to the next level. Because if you don't shut these doors and you leave it stagnant, it's not going to work, honestly. And if you're waiting for drama, if you're waiting for self-pity, or if you're waiting for somebody to help you, but you don't know who's going to help you, guess what? It all starts from thyself. And if you don't start that engine and you're running it, you're ready to drive your Mercedes-Benz and you've got only a Toyota key in there, you think the engine's going to start? No. They're two great cars. I love them both. But sometimes we don't know which key, which tool, and which system will work for you. And so that's why we write, once again, the beginning of in our first course is really that you need to really be ready, to be confident, to be committed, to write that contract for yourself. Okay? And that contract, at the end of that, you really feel good. And that contract becomes really that part of the start, and how you can really be committed to that change. Because, if we don't admit, and that's why I call this really, I thought, what would be a good thing? It's really a behavior health solution. Because I always say we are creatures of bad habit, and bad habits starts from behavior problem. And a lot of times we don't recognize our behavior problem because we're too busy thinking it's okay. And then we always have this thing where sometimes we start to self-sabotage ourselves, or sometimes we blame other people and not take responsibility for it. And sometimes we just kind of put it on a back burner and thinking that it'll just go away. And so that is just part of Cocojor courses that we're going to be doing. And so don't forget to sign up and reserve your spot where you can do it 24/7 anywhere around the world, and be at that moment where you can spend, and like I say, it's a 3 module, but under the 3 is another 3. So it's really a 9-course session. It's a 9-course session where at the end, you'll be able to, once you finish, and you set up a time and we analyze it one-on-one. And we go through it where we can be very confident and very committed on that contract that we sign for ourselves. Because I will be your biggest cheerleader, because why not? I've done it for the past 20 years, and I was very, very lucky to have people surround me and be my best cheerleader when I thought I couldn't do it. You know, you can only have so much of your friends, your family, your co-workers, you know, people around you. But this is something that's really intimate, which is very self-rewarding. Doesn't that sound good? Self-rewarding. So just telling you that 1-day course, we also have this 3-module course with 3 sub-courses, which is a total of 9 courses, plus a one-on-one. So it's a 10-course meal. You can think of it that way. And so after that, and if you feel that you want to take on a challenge, well, I'm doing a challenge right now with Bikram Hot Yoga. I kind of started off on the 31st, on the 1st, and today is day 15. And so I'm doing that challenge because I needed to really focus and challenge my mind, body, spirit, and soul to bring all of these courses out to you, because I need to train. I need to practice my concentration, my meditation, and clear out and detox myself, because that's my responsibility. And so with that, I do have, and it was such a huge, huge success last year, and I literally started this in 2015, but it was called something else. And then I literally took it with me out to Beverly Hills, because I got so much requests on so many different people and so many different level of their life. They're like, how do you know? Who are you? I would love to take this information of what you can give. And that's how I literally started, and it get kind of snowball effect, because I didn't know I would be at a farmer's market out in Melrose or in Beverly Hills, and they'll be like, cause I'll be like in my vegetables and looking at my orchids and doing my own thing, and people are like, what is she doing? And when I have my Asian vegetable come in and and they're like, what do you do with these things? And so that end up to one story, and they're like, God, I would love to learn how to do that. And you know, we talk, and then we make friends and so forth. So that's kind of snowballed literally very, very organically. And I met some of the most beautiful, beautiful people. Beautiful people. But they do have interesting lives and situations and problems and solutions, you know, now. And so they're doing great. And so, you know, it was funny because how things, you don't even know how things just get created, because we are creative geniuses. We just need to use that tools to implement it. And so what I've been doing for the last 10 years or so, plus once I finished my divorce and I really realized that I need to really explore my life, because I love to eat and I love to be very spiritual and pray. And most of all, I really wanted to know about love. Because every single day with my dogs gave me this magical feeling of love, unconditional love, where I could just be me and enjoy me. And my dog has no judgment, no nothing, but just loving me unconditionally. And so with that, it's such a great learning lesson. And when I did lose them, I still feel to this day they're right next to me because they're my best support team. And so that's how I created my own business, and we're celebrating 20 years because of Coco and Jordan and Heaven. And so, those are my other courses that I'm going to start working on. Well, it's already in the works already because I have met so many great people, reconnected so many people in the pet industry, and it has truly evolved into some greater, beautiful things that we needed to all change too. So when they've heard that I'm back and, we're going to be doing online minical micro bubble courses as well too, for individual as well as groomers and business opportunities. So that's in work. But going back to my 30-day challenge is my Eat, Pray, and Love, my EPL course, which is a 30-day challenge. And literally that is what we're going to learn about. And so all of these courses that's lined up, because it's so funny. I had a meeting and talking with my fellow tribe of people who, we all have different tribes, right? And these are my powwow, my dog group, and we are like really old school, and so we know things that goes way back 20 years ago, and how it evolved, and how all of us change, and how we all have to change. And so we have some exciting things going on. I mean, Friday's meeting was so good. I'm just so excited. And so that brings us to many different courses. Like I said, for, what we're really known for in our Cocojor is our Cocojor skincare system, which is our minical micro bubble. I finally got it made, and so that we have our DIY as well as for professional groomers, as well as people who wants to start in the business, because there's so much opportunity and growth there. And so that's another whole different course information. And so really, Cocojor is evolving into the online world. Our website and soon to be mobile app that we're going to be going into. But we also have our old school YouTube channel. So don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, as well as our website, which is cocojorchannel.com. And what we're working on is our updated version of cocojor.com, where we're going to be showcasing all of these courses, as well as our membership room, our private membership room, where you as a member have so much selection in our library. For example, our yogatation classes. And our class is going to be full of fun. How we do it, you can do it anywhere you are, 24/7, with just a click on a button, on demand, on our Cocojor yogatation room. There we can understand and how this 10 tools of technique can help us bring us clarity, really good communication on ourselves, and most of all, the commitment each day to feel good. And so that yogatation room, I can't wait, because it's just filled with information. And inside that yogatation room, which is like my dojo, is our meditation time, where we're going to be working with beautiful singing bowls as well as sound of bells, of all of this beautiful instrument which synchronize to the earth energy. And so that is such a cool class because you can feel it. It's like, woo, it feels good. And so you can also go into our members only meditation room where you can feel it like you're sitting right next to me and getting that energy. Because sometimes we do need that energy and the sound of music. Real sound, real frequency, real energy, and real vibration that you feel. So we're excited about that meditation room. And we also have many, many fun things coming up in our membership room. You know, besides getting online course discount, monthly subscription, as well as online cooking recipes, gardening tips, and I got so much seeds. Members, I'm going to be sending you some of the seeds, like the cotton seed, or just sharing my seed from my garden, you know? And so that's something that I can't wait to work with you guys, as well as giving you skincare tips, self-care tips. Also, since we're going to be starting our Miracle Micro Bubble, we also have our skincare. And those that love our shampoo, as well as our conditioner and our aromatherapy mist, it's all coming back because we finally found the recipe and tested it and make it and redid it. And it's so great because it's so natural, and it's those that used it before, it's better. It's better than before. So that's our real secret recipe. And, you know, we're going to put it back in so you can smell that dog. Oh, and that whiteness. Woo! All natural Cocojor skincare system. That's coming up, as well as our Miracle Micro Bubble brush. And so that we have a whole bunch. Plus, you know, we were going on in our last meeting, and it was like, stop the hamster, because our wheels start going, and so much more that we're going to be increasing our product lines and updating a lot of them, where that's another section which will be in our Cocojor closet, where you get that discount, like I said, on our Cocojor products, as well as our services. And so that we're going to have, you'll have the First Dibs on our live workshops and seminars, as well as community outreach as our support system, as well as World Network with fellow Cocojors. And of course, we're going to be doing, I'm not sure if we're going to do it this year, but we're going to be doing our Eat, Pray, and Love Tour Retreat, which is once a year. I want to do this, where we're going to be sightseeing, perhaps maybe to Japan, go to one of their dog shows, and their, you know, where they have their big, huge expos, and, you know, take you on these little tour of my life. Because I used to live in Japan way back when. I used to really was so lucky to learn a lot of things out in Japan. Besides work, it's the food. OMG. So this tour is really, really all about eat, really about praying, because we're going to be going to beautiful Japanese shrine and to Japanese ryokan, which is the hot spring. And most of all, we're going to love to see you smile and enjoy from the inside out. These tours are going to be so exciting. I can't wait. You know, I'm thinking of going to all the places that I've gone through, and I learn and really acknowledge all the different culture, their food, their spirit, their lifehood. You know, it's so nice to see other country people. Dubai was great, you know, and Korea. Ooh, 안녕하세요. Shopping at 8 p.m. They literally start shopping at 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. It was crazy. And oh my God, this chicken nabe, like out of its world, you know. And so many things that's coming up, and you know, it's great to have. And because thanks to everyone, Cocojor has been, you know, chucking it on, because it all started from something bad situation where I was going through my divorce, and finalize it where I can finally say thank you. You know, thank you to my dog, because if it wasn't for them to show me, you know, the unconditional love of life, to live your life to the fullest, to enjoy it, and most of all, to recognize how happiness can be created really simply using the tools that is around us. It's all about self-awareness, self-realization, and really not having any self-doubt, most of all. And so I can't wait to be part of your life, to help you grow, love, eat, pray, and make you feel that you are someone special. Because we all are someone special. But not a lot of us is able to say that with confidence, with clarity, and commitment to ourselves. So don't forget that we need to start thinking and making that contract about ourselves, because this is a new start. This is a new start for the new world, your world, with us helping you as your co-pilot, Cocojor co-pilot. Think of me as your right-wing woman to help you, to guide you, that 747, to lift off and make sure you have a safe landing. So don't forget to really check out our website, cocojor.com, for all of our courses, our members room, and all of that fun stuff. And you can always subscribe to our YouTube as well as our newsletter. And so all of this has been such an exciting 20 years to create, but you know what? Through all that stumble and all that laughter and all that things that you just happen to need to experience. Because if we always think that, okay, I want a good life, I want an easy life, it doesn't happen. It may happen on TV, it may happen on other things, and it may happen because we have luck. But how to learn from all of that is really acknowledging and making sure that we're present within ourselves. So you take care, and most of all, aloha.